What's happening? Man, Behringer is under attack. This is where we are. This is a Behringer appreciation thread right now. We got to mount up. We got to stand strong. We got to get behind Uli because the whole synth mafia is in full tilt, full charge, non-stop, coming for them, baby. So we got to mount up. We're going to do a little Behringer appreciation thread like we always do, appreciation stream. Welcome here to the Samurai Live Reaction. I'm reacting to the nonsense that's going on. You talk about Klon and Finnegan and so many of these Centaur pedals, Klon overdrive pedal, basic, full of goop. Klon to the, you know, to the nth degree. Klon so far, I mean, it's got more clones than Jeffrey Epstein, okay? At Zorro Ranch, you feel me? Apollo Hanzo, I know you feel me. So this is where we are. Suddenly, there's a massive amount of money being piled on to help take down Behringer's meteoric rise to the top of the synth mountain. And guess what? It's not going to work. So today, baby, we're going to just do a little Behringer appreciation thread. We're going to check out the new Behringer speakers, the Behringer Truth. Can you get a better name than that? Can we get the Behringer Truthers out here, baby? Uli's listening. He's heard, and he gave it to us, man. The Behringer Truth. Epic. Let me switch on over to my mainframe here so we can get cooking properly. You know what I mean? Let's see. There we go. Now we're cooking. This is the new setup, man. This is what we got going on. Let's see who we got in the stream tonight. We got Apollo Hanzo's in the house. What's up? We got Cyber Samurai. Amazing, great friend of mine, man. Appreciate Cyber Samurai and the Juno Diddy tracking everything down. Juno Diddy series might be coming up in November, but it might never come. Because you know what? I might have to go underground. Things are getting way too hot in the synthverse. And I can't even begin to tell you what's going on behind the scenes, because what is happening would absolutely blow your friggin' mind. So listen, man, if I disappear for a while, you know why. I'm on an operation and I'm doing my best to plot out the next moves, man, because it's gonna take all the Behringer bros getting together and supporting this. And right now I'm telling everybody to go put your pre-order in for the Centaur pedal, because this might end up being the GameStop of synthesizers. This is the meme pedal, baby. This might be the thing, you know. They might not be able to even do this, so this might end up being an absolute vintage prized possession if we can get a hold of this Behringer Centaur overdrive pedal. And to be honest with you, it looks way friggin' better than the Finnegan pedal. Way better than the Finnegan pedal. Like 100 times better. Hold on a second. Way better than the Finnegan pedal. Hold on, man. You know what? That's how much I gotta keep an eye on me. I'm hearing things behind me. You know, the synth mafia is always on my butt, nonstop. And even when you think you got some friends out there, let me tell you something. There's a lot of synth mafia who are trying to infiltrate the synth renegades nonstop 24/7. So be careful out there, because they are just trying to get in and figure out the next move, man. And they ain't gonna figure it out because we're 25,000 steps ahead, okay? Maybe even 27,000. All right? They're playing synth checkers, baby. We're playing synth chess. What's up, Apollo? What's up, Attorney? And what's happening? Twin City Oxygen, man. Congratulations on your Moog Messenger. I got something to say to y'all, you too, man. Echo friggin' Craft, Hans Volt, and Twin Cities Oxygen. And you know what? Even Loonsberry Pedals, man. What are you guys doing buying Moogs, okay? They are our mortal enemy, all right? Mortal enemy. What's up, Agent Souls? From the SI, the Synthesizer Intelligence Agency, we got Agent Souls here. What's happening, brother? Who else? We got Floating Robots is in the house. What's going on, Floating Robots? What's up, Synthpotamus? What's up, Doommongers in the house? This world needs a hero. That's right. This world needs a hero. I love that name. But let me tell you something right now, baby. The hero is you, okay? And the hero is Uli Behringer. He's the true hero here, putting it all on the line, man. You know what I mean? This could end up costing this man millions and millions and millions of dollars to take down this nonsense of overpriced crap. How about that? It's not crap. It's actually decent overdrive pedal. But the fact that anybody is going to pay $5,000 for that, you know what that is? That's what we call probably some type of money laundering scheme, because none of it makes any sense why anybody on planet Earth would pay $5,000 for a basic overdrive pedal unless they're putting it in an art collection and running it through some type of tax scam, okay? And if you don't know about that, the whole art industry is a tax scam, okay? Why do you think rich people collect art? Because it's a tax scam. That's the plain and simple. That's how you avoid taxes. You buy a painting, you get this painting, you got an appraiser under your belt. The appraiser appraises this nonsense painting at friggin' $25 million. You give the appraiser $3 million on the back end. You got 25 grand tax free. Boom, art, boom. But come on, like, I always thought that this was just known, but I guess it's not known. There's a lot of things I'm finding out that's not known these days, and that's one of them among many. What's up, Jumping Man? Good to see you, dude. Jumping Man's on a different time zone, baby, over in Portugal. What's happening in Portugal anyways? Yeah, so we got the Centaur. The dude Finnegan has been ripping people off. I don't know if he's been ripping people off, but the pedal's been a rip-off. I mean, come on, give me a break. $5,000. So Uli goes out there. Uli runs a factory. Uli owns all the companies that own all the parts that make everything. Do you understand what that means? That means that he knows exactly how much it costs to make one of these pedals. It costs nothing. Echo Craft, I think, went and did a deep dive. He said 25 bucks. And that's if Echo Craft made it. Okay? I don't know if it costs 25 bucks. I'm not a pedal maker. That's good coffee. I don't know if it's 25 bucks. Nothing better than a nitro iced coffee. Yeah. When it's hot out, you need that nitro iced coffee. Yeah, what's up, Jumping Man? You're the man too. So we're taking a beauty look at this. So what I figured we do tonight, I'll give you a quick look at the studio, show you how things are coming along here, just so you guys can get a quick peek. This is what we got going on, man. We got the beautiful, okay? We got the bold. We've got everything happening here. Let me get this ugly mug off the screen for a minute. So here's what we got happening, baby. We got right here, we got the absolutely extraordinary Korg multi-poly, okay? Down under that, you can't really see it, but this is the Erica Synth Night Verb, an absolute beautiful night verb pedal. Nothing like the Erica Synth stink pipe. Over here, we got the Chroma console by Hologram Electronics. It's blinking, it's shiny, you can see the little red button there. Just trust me, if you know, you know. Right here, we got the Juno X. Up top, baby, we've got the Korg wavestate. You know I'm a Korgie. I'm Behringer and Korg all the way. Some people call me Keringer, some people call me Borg, okay? Some people call me Keringer Borg. We got the opsix. Also, we got an Arturia drum brute here. Up top, we got the Behringer babies. We got a Wasp, a Model D, a Neutron. We got an Electro Harmonics Mel9. This pedal here, run through a basic waveform on a synthesizer, will give you a Mellotron sound like no other. You run that through the Chroma console with a bit of lo-fi, degradation, little bit of tape delay. Oh my good lord, now we're cooking. Then we got a Hologram Electronics microcosm. If you haven't tried it, you don't know. Down here, we got a Behringer Monopoly, maybe my favorite synthesizer, probably on earth, maybe. Below that, we got a Korg modwave. Up here, we got a Korg minilogue XD. Under that, we've got a Meris Hedra. Right here, we got an Aztec death whistle. And maybe I'll blow that in a little bit. If Echo pops around, I'll blow it. See if Echo give me $1.99 to blow the death whistle. All right? Up top in the back, the Green Machine, the incredible Synth Hulk. We got the RD6 by Behringer. Down here, I'm using a Behringer mixer. All right, so that's what we're cooking with in the studio. As you've noticed right here, we got 2 slots open. We got one down here, which I don't know. I'm thinking about putting a PWM Mantis in there, but PWM never even wrote me back. I wrote a beautiful email to them. PWM didn't even write a brother back, so whatever. Up here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might put a TE05 up there. I might put the RC505. I got that in the box in the back, haven't even opened it. All right, I'm synth blessed, and so are you. So it's not even Friday, but we should all go out and buy this beautiful Behringer Centaur pedal, okay? Let's get back to business. We got Eternian, Apollo Hanzo, what's up, what's up? All right, let's get into some business here. So if we jump over here, this is where it all starts. So this is where it gets totally, this lawsuit is just a whack load of nonsense. These are all, look at this. This is an actual article on the internet where I'm sure, listen, some people, before I started this stream, it was going around the forums. I can't remember, I was on Gearspace or something, and someone's like, they're like, we need to go on the stream. $2 to blow the death whistle? You got it, baby, no problem. Hold on, let me get this death whistle blowed up with a little bit of reverb for you. Chill. Here we go. We'll get a death whistle going here. Hold on now.
There you go, Paula.
That's the death whistle. All right, let me jump back. Jump back here. Okay, back to business. There we go. So yeah, thank you, Apollo. Appreciate that, man. $2 for a death whistle, man. That's not bad. All right. Not bad at all. What's up, Machines One? What's happening? What's happening? Make sure you like and sub. Yeah, you know what? I had a bunch of people who were Moog fans. And when all the Moog fans that just subscribed in the last 2 weeks found out that I'm a Behringer bro, baby, guess what they did? Tuck tail and run. Crazy town. You know? It's a real weird thing. When someone finds out that you're ride or die Behringer bro, even though I'm down with the friggin', I'm down with some Moog products. Soon as best $2 you ever spent. That's right, death whistle all day. Paulo Hanzo, you've been blessed, my friend. But the Aztec warriors, you will carry on into the afterlife. You had now received the absolute eternal power of the Aztec warrior, baby. Death whistle certified. Okay, DWC. All right. And anyways, so these are the Klon pedals right here. So this is what I was getting on with. Was I was saying in the forums, people are saying, oh, watch now, Synth Samurai is going to come out and do a video, and he's going to basically build the case for Behringer online, so Behringer's lawyers can go out and just pull up Synth Samurai's channel, look at all the stuff he's been saying. Yeah, guess what? I'm doing that pro bono, okay? Because I don't need no cheese, okay? I'm doing this pro bono for the Behringer bros. This, Exhibit A. 22 of the best Klon pedals, Klon style pedals, mini compact, medium and large, 2019 edition. This was done in 2019. There's probably been 45,000 more clones since then, okay? Who knows how many? Maybe 45,000. I don't even know. I ain't keeping track of clones. I'm not a guitar guy yet. I'm practicing my reggae. I'm about to get the Reggae Samurai geared up. Like I said, I'm just taking some lessons now, and I'm learning the ways of reggae, and then when that happens, the Reggae Samurai will be born. Until then, it's Samurai Reacts Live for the moment. Okay. So what we got going on here is we got a bunch of Klon pedals. Look at this. This one here. Boom. This one. This one. This one. I could go on all day. Here's 22. Look at all the videos of it. So, Behringer, lawyers, have a look, man. Pull these videos. Come to Synth Samurai's channel. I'll do all the paralegal for you and the research. Look at this. Klon after Klon after Klon. And guess what? Guess what Finnegan didn't do? We're not talking about the one on Mr. Rogers either. Guess what Finnegan didn't do? Finnegan didn't sue anybody up to this point. Finnegan never went after anybody. And then out of the blue, what happens? Out of the blue, Finnegan gets the greatest, most gigantic intellectual property law firms on the planet, 2 of them paired up to go after the absolute juggernaut Behringer Music Tribe, Uli, okay? And don't forget, they're coming after all of us too. They're not just going after Behringer. There's synth money behind this lawsuit. Do you understand? There's synth mafia money behind this lawsuit. Big time money. Old Finnegan in his garage making Klon pedals ain't paying for this lawsuit. Let me tell you that right now. Allegedly. All right? He ain't paying for nothing. This is funded by somebody. I don't know who, but I got a pretty good idea. But you know what? When the heat gets hot, I hit the water, man, and I'm about to take a swim on out of this scene for a little while until the smoke clears. But I'll tell you something right now. You are watching something unfold right now at this point in time, which could end up going down in history as one of the greatest corporate battles of all time in the synthesizer, but even bigger than the electronic music industry. Because if you were asleep for the last 4 or 5 years, there was a global boycott against this absolutely wonderful company that had a CEO that all he wanted to do, Synth Corleone. That's right, man. I know you've been funding $4.99. Thank you, baby. Now you're funding me. Synth Corleone. You just heard it from Synth Corleone. This lawsuit is being funded, in my opinion, by big money in the electronic music scene, synthesizer scene, you name it, that want to put the brakes on the absolutely meteoric rise of Behringer in the past 1 to 2 years. And now that they've ventured out into the guitar pedal world and said, you know what? We're not going to let you guys start ripping everyone off no longer. No more friggin' Centaur overdrive basic goop pedals for $5,000. Those days are done. So what we're doing is we're going to get out here. We're going to stress test the system because we already know your next move. Your next move is to sue us and let all the synth mafia come in and fund it. And hopefully you can lop one of our legs off. It ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. Anyway, let's check the chat, see what's happening. There's a good deal. There's always good deals, baby. Machines 1, Gagaboo for sure. Let's see who's gonna go after. Yeah, who's going after Warm Audio? Who's gonna go after Vermeer Ramen, whatever you say that. Who's gonna go after the British pedal company? Exactly, nobody's going after. Because this isn't about the Klon pedal, the Klon company, the Centaur pedal. It's not about that. This is about doing damage to a company that has pulled up the curtain on this whole industry and let everybody know exactly how much it cost to make all this stuff. The illusion is over, okay? This fog has cleared. The mist has subsided and fell deep onto the damp grass. We know how much synthesizers cost now. We know that you can get a polyphonic 16-voice analog with 8 voices of atrophy, with polyphonic aftertouch in a beautiful casing, modeled after an epic vintage synthesizer. And we know you can get that for $709, which still make a profit, okay? We know this now. You've been exposed. The synth mafia is exposed. So what does somebody do when they're exposed and they're in a corner? If there's lots of rats, they all get together and they all try to creep around. But guess what? I'm wise to the game, okay? Because you ever see that movie They Live with Roddy Piper? If you haven't, go watch it. You put these babies on? Okay, this is what happens. I'm looking at this lawsuit, no glasses. I'm like, oh, okay, this is EchoCraft. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just made a Centaur pedal and they're just getting sued. And that's it, that's the story, that's it. No, I put these on. I see it all. I was like, oh, Uli preempted this attack. He knew what was going to happen. He baited him. He put the big dirty worm on the hook. And guess what happened? The synth mafia bit the hook. Oosh, guess what happens? We pull that baby in, reel it right in. And what are we going to have? We're going to have legal precedent to create replicas, tributes to anything we want in the electronic music scene. And you guys can all knock it off, or you can just get on board and stop ripping people off and sell stuff for a decent price. Or you know what? Just sell your company to Uli, okay? Just sell your company to Music Tribe. Take your bag, take a hike, start a new company. Get that built up, sell it to Music Tribe again, grab a bag, take a hike. It's just business. I don't know why everyone gets so angry. They act like it's I don't know. They act like it's a campfire and everyone's sitting around sharing marshmallows that are all burnt. I don't get it. Okay, let's keep rolling. Here's some more, 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 all right? Here's some more, here's some more, here's some more, here's some more. So, we go back and look at this beauty. This is what it's all about. Now, if you look at, this is pretty much, oh, maybe I can pull up a picture Let's see, maybe there's somebody on here. Let's see if we can just go. I'll go Behringer Centaur versus Klon. Let's see what comes up. Pictures. Blah blah. Blah. See if we can get a good picture of a comparison here. Let's look at this cat. That's a YouTube video. Klon sues Behringer. Let's see what this guy's saying for a second, real quick. See what kind of ads we get.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the most incredible real estate strategies that's the most passive?
Because I'm not taking advice from a guy in a white shirt and an ungroomed beard. How about that?
If you're an electric guitarist, you've heard of the Klon Centaur. Odds are, if you're into gear, you know how many clones there are of that particular pedal, the Tube Screamer, the OCD. There's like 50 Marshall in a box pedals released every year. So you get the point. There's plenty of clones of all of these iconic pedals. Now, Bill Finnegan released...
It's about trademark. Yeah, it's about trademark. Okay. What do you mean it's about trademark? It's about trademark. Country Fair 74. It's about trademark. Yeah. Guess what? We're about to find out what it's about. And it's about way more than a trademark. Trust me.
The Klon back in 1994, and it's become one of the most sought after pedals ever, and arguably the most expensive pedal on the used market.
Yeah, I want some easy money, but it's bigger than that. It's not just about Finnegan being like, oh, I just need some easy money. Okay, that's one theory. It's not about being like, this is my prized image creation. I can't believe somebody would dare recreate it, because it's been done a million times. So that's out the window. Where did these gigantic law firms come from? Who's funding them? That's weird. What is the sentiment towards Behringer in the overall synthesizer business community? Are they for Behringer or are they against them? Well, just in basic sense of business, they're against them. They're competitors. So anything you can do to beat your competitor in business, business is just monetary war, You make allegiances with some businesses, you fight against other businesses. You want to destroy some businesses, so you want to break them so then you could absorb them and take what. It's just like, it's not. Listen.
Because of their scarcity. Everyone who gets one pays a fortune for them now, unless of course you buy one of his new KTR models, and that's the one that I personally owned for a long time. It was the red one, and it said the hype on this overdrive is not of my making or something to that effect, and it was one of my main overdrive pedals for a long time. Whether you like the Klon overdrive or not, we can probably all agree that it's one of the two most cloned overdrive pedal types of all time. The Klon and the Tube Screamer would be
Klon and the Tube Screamer, the two most cloned pedals of all time. And suddenly old Finnegan wakes up on a Sunday morning and rolls out of bed and decides, you know what? I cannot believe that someone would dare clone my blah, blah, blah Centaur pedal. And poof, magically the greatest law firms in the history of intellectual property have suddenly been funded to represent poor little garage pedal maker Finnegan. Like, what a story. A David versus Goliath. A man just fighting for his trademark rights. I mean, all the work he's put in, and how dare Behringer go and clone this. It's not like anybody's ever cloned it. This is the first time. No, man. It's bigger than that. It's like this. Hey, Finnegan, we know you hate this company as much as we do, and they're actually our competitors. So how about this? How about we fund the whole lawsuit on your behalf, and we'll get you a couple mil if we can, and hopefully we'll do some major damage to the company that is ultimately our competitor and who pulled up the curtain on all the scams we've been running on people for the last 25 years. How about you want to do that? Old Finnegan's like, yeah, I'll take a bag, sure. How much? 2, 3, 4, 5 million? You cool? He's like, yeah, cool, go for it. Use my name, we'll sue him. But guess what? Uli Behringer already knew you were going to do that. Behringer predicted it. They baited the hook, they got you, and now they're gonna beat you, and now they're gonna set precedent, and now you're all going to get it.
Be the first two that come to mind. I think every pedal company ever has their take on either one of these two pedals. Now, before we get into it, just to let you know,
All right, before you get into it, how far are we? We're already a minute. Let's get into it. Bill Instagram post. All right, let's check this out.
Here we go. To kick things off,
I'm gonna like this video too. I'm also gonna take our bro here. What's his name? Can't even read his name here because it's not coming up properly. But I'm gonna throw it down to chat. Go like, share, subscribe to this guy's channel because he seems like he's giving us some good details here, and we dig it. We dig the details, right? Double time.
What I want to do is just show you the post from Bill Finnegan, then we'll take a look at the Behringer pedal in question. We're also going to take a look at their promotional video as well, because I saw this last night for the first time, and I was kind of shocked, to be honest. I was oblivious to the marketing around the pedal. I saw it pop up on some feeds and related videos, but I've already got my pedal sorted out, so I didn't watch any of the marketing.
All right, Jumping Man has verified Shane is a cool cat, so we're down with Shane. Shane is legit. Let's keep rolling.
Until last night, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So this is Bill's page here. He says, "Hi everyone, quick heads up that this past Friday," and he puts the date, "IP attorneys I have engaged with filed a federal lawsuit against a well-known pedal manufacturer that is currently marketing."
All right, here we go. Quick heads up, just a quick heads up. This kind of happened out of nowhere. This is okay. Let me translate. Let me break it down in bro language. Quick heads up, boys. I just got contacted out of nowhere by the greatest intellectual property law firms on the world, two of them out of nowhere. I mean, come on. And we just happened to, we just filed a lawsuit. So we're going after, this is what we're doing. It's just it's amazing. It just kind of happened. I don't know how it happened. It's just like, wow.
And mass producing a pedal that we believe blatantly infringes upon specific intellectual property owned by my company, Klon LLC. He continues, "For the record, I've never been consulted in any way about this pedal. It has never been authorized by me, and I have never had any involvement whatsoever in its design, production, or marketing."
That is the stupidest statement I ever heard in my life, because that's going to be used against you. You ever hear the term, anything you say will and can be used against you in a court of law? Brother, listen, that statement right there might have just buried your whole case. You know why? Because there is no possible way that you were contacted and then consulted on the hundreds of clones that have already been produced that you didn't care the people produced them. Yeah. Finnegan is the Milli Vanilli of the pedal world right now.
You may have questions about this pedal.
Blame it on the rain that was falling. Blame it on the sky, shines right.
Also, I encourage you to read the filed complaint, which you can access via the hyperlink.
Everything you do, don't blame it on the goop.
Now been added to the top of the Klon page, which I just showed you before on Instagram. I'll link to all of this down below as well. It's all publicly available information. And lastly here, he just says he's not going to comment on the matter publicly, and if you want to support what he does and buy an authentic Klon, you can go to Klon Direct Sales on eBay. Occasionally he'll just put one up as a one-off, and you can...
Yeah, Jumping Man, Roy Droid Void. Klon Man failed to defend his IP so many times that this lawsuit will likely be laughed out of court. Exactly. And this is the point I was trying to make on Synth Renegade Radio last night with Echo Craft, Hans Volt, and Machines One. This is the point I was trying to make, but, this was thought about. This is not like they just did it and didn't know this was going to happen. They knew this was going to happen. This pedal was specifically chosen. No doubt a team of absolute geniuses looked through the previous situations where any legal nonsense was filed, lost, won, whatever, went through the whole thing, made a judgment call, probably ran it through the Behringer AI system, and the Behringer AI system said, go for it, Uli.
You can still buy them. So, yeah, and this is separate from the KTR, which is a PCB kind of job, whereas this one here is handmade. So, yeah, it's a different thing.
subscribers.
I saw he put one on eBay recently because he does that sometimes.
John Mayer did?
No.
The dude that makes these or owns
Phil
the brand.
Finnegan.
Before we get into this document that's at the top of the page here, what I'm going to do is show you the Behringer release video. I think if I preload...
How about this? How about I show it to you? Because I already got it preloaded. Let's go.
Sometimes a completely new idea comes along that revolutionizes the guitar world. This thing created a whole new sonic avenue for guitarists like John Mayer, Jeff Beck, and Matt Schofield to explore. However,
yeah, they're selling this thing for $5,000. Maybe before we watch this video, here's what you can get the Behringer pedal on Amazon for. I think everybody should go out and put the pre-order in. It's back ordered. After we did a show last night, I can't say, but I was contacted and told that after the show last night that we did going over the Centaur pedal, this Centaur overdrive pedal absolutely sold like gangbusters. They must have sold thousands of these things last night, and now it's on back order. So you can get more in July and get a piece of history, because this will go down in history. I think I can't remember if I ordered 3, and if I didn't order 3, I'm definitely going to order 1 after this show. And I think Echo Craft ordered 1 last night. So genius, $74. You want to know why it's $74? Because it only costs friggin' $15 to make. How about that? Okay. Now, if we go over here and I check, let's check here. Let's go Klon, pedal, Reverb. Let's just see what this thing is up to on Reverb. Let me go back to the regular viewing area. Klon, Centaur, Professional, Overdrive, Let's see, we got some listings down here. Okay. Now, tell me this ain't bollocks. Tell me this ain't nasty. $8,100, okay? Just for the record, just so you know, anybody in here who's got Behringer derangement syndrome, anybody in here who thinks that this is just some kind of like big company hurting a little man, no. Just think about this for a second. $8,100, okay? There it is, right there. $74, okay? I know, you might think your eyes are playing tricks on you. And you're like, oh, Samurai, that's just one. $8,100, $74. Think about that. Just ponder that for a second as we scroll down. Now, I know what you might have been thinking. You were thinking, wow, you know, that's just one guy on there being crazy, selling a pedal for $8,000. There's no way he's going to sell that. Look at this. $4,200, $5,900, $6,400, $5,000, $6,000, $6,000, $6,000, $7,000, $7,000, $7,000, $8,000, $7,000, $7,000, $19,000 for this one. All right? And then once again, $74. How much do you think it costs to make that? Even if it costs, I don't even want to get into cost, man, because I ain't even thinking about money no more. All I'm trying to do, man, is get enough money to get a friggin' Italian sub at 1:30 p.m. Monday to Sunday, 365 with olives. Sorry, no olives, vinegar oil, and a side of ketchup for the butt ends. That's all I'm looking for. But I'll tell you right now, I don't even play guitar, but I'm buying this for $74. Guaranteed. Everybody in the chat, go buy one of these for $74. Just do it. Trust me. You remember when that guy told you a couple years ago to buy some Bitcoin and you didn't know what it was and you didn't? I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I'm the guy telling you to go buy this pedal for $74. I'm the guy who told you to buy Bitcoin and you didn't even know what it was and you never bothered to look it up. Now I'm the guy telling you to buy the Centaur pedal. Just trust me. Okay, let's get back to business.
This is one of the most expensive pedals on the market.
It's absolutely insane.
If you're looking for an unmistakable experience without the insane prices, this is going to be fun for you. The origin of this iconic unit came from its creator's frustration of trying to achieve a great tone at lower volume levels, something I'm sure we've all struggled with. Most of us will have been in this situation. Your amp is hitting that sweet spot of rich harmonic goodness that hard-driven analog tubes deliver.
All right, you get the idea, man. I ain't gonna watch this whole thing, but I'll tell you right now, just to wrap this up and throw a little cupcake on top, Behringer has the greatest content of any synth company out right now. The greatest, by far. And I will prove that to you in a second, where they've just made a very, very genius move. I won't say what it is, but I'm going to see if you guys in the chat can pick up what this move is. Because if you can smell what I'm cooking, you know it smells good. All right, let's move on. This is Behringer's latest release. These Behringer Truth monitors, speakers that aren't just flashy, they pack a serious punch. I'm about to pick up a couple of these probably, right? I got to go downstairs, I got to have a chat, I got to make a couple phone calls, and I'm probably going to pick up a couple of these because you know I'm a sucker for white. I'm a sucker. See right here? This is a white drum brute. There's no way I would have bought the other one, but as soon as they came out with the 1984 Cream Dream white, that flat white, I bought it. So check this out. Now, let's see if you guys can pick up what Behringer's laying down here. Now, there's a lot of nuance in this video. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know if all the ADHD boys can hang around for it, but if you can't, you know what to do. But check this out.
Can you really have too much of a good thing? Finding the perfect set of speakers for your setup can be a struggle. I've been through so many sets of speakers in my time. Trouble is, you want something with great sound, you want something that's going to look great in your house, and you also ideally just want to be able to play.
Oh, hold on. Attorney, and your partner made you sell your Bitcoin? Ooh, bro, I hope you pulled a double super truffle and said, baby, I sold it all, and you kept half.
Music straight from your phone rather than having to fire up the whole system. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could have that?
Yes! That's awesome!
It turns out you actually can. Here we have the Behringer Truth 4.5 Bluetooth White, the same tried and true studio monitors, but now in a slick white finish. These things have been a staple in home and pro studios for years, and now look as sleek as they sound. There's two sizes, one with a 4.5 woofer and another with a 3.5 woofer. If you're working in a smaller room or need something ultra compact for your desk, the 3.5 model is a great choice. But if, like me, you want a little bit more low-end presence and volume, or you're...
Listen, Conductive, if you want the perfect set of speakers, baby, listen. A lot of people say there's no such thing as perfect, okay? But if you want to get as close to perfect as you possibly can, you have to pick, I'm telling the truth, you have to pick up these Behringer Truth monitors. These are the closest thing to perfect you're going to get. And it's not just about sound. Sometimes it's about sound price ratio. And when you work in a sound price ratio, there is no better bang for your buck for sound, price, aesthetics, and content delivery than this. So go pick up 2 pairs, bro. Come on.
Working in a larger space, the 4.5s are the way to go. Both are small enough to fit on your desk, but considering their price and size, they kick out an impressive sound. Tight bass, crisp highs, loads of clarity. Setting them up is simple. Position them with the tweeters upper ear level, keeping them at an equal distance from you and each other. Forming an equilateral triangle and angle them both at 30 degrees. The advanced waveguide technology helps spread the sound evenly, giving you
bang bang baby. Apollo is the Mick Foley of the synth world, baby. Bang bang. I know what he knows. I know he knows what I mean. Anyone else out there who knows a little bit of Mick Foley, a little bit of Tactical MIDI? What's up, bro? Great stream last night. I caught it this morning on the way to work. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Just hit it before bed. Tactical MIDI, man. You're looking good, dude. You got a clean haircut. Hitting the gym, dude. I hope everybody's out there hitting the gym. It's summertime. To be honest, I got to hit the gym a little more too, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, man. Sometimes you got to make money. Sometimes you got to work out. Sometimes you got to make money more than you work out. Sometimes you got to work out more than you make money. And then if you kind of just keep doing that, everything will be good. All right. Let's keep rolling.
A bigger sweet spot, so even if you're not sitting at the exact angle, you're still getting great audio. And no worries if your space isn't acoustically treated. There are low and high frequency.
Is this not one of the greatest? Okay, like you always got to keep an eye on Behringer because they definitely have the greatest talent scouting of any synth company. If you ask me personally, Patchdog, Bartok, Gatobus, and now we got this lovely lady. I don't know her name here. Maybe you guys caught it at the beginning if you know, but great voice, great delivery, and there's going to be one moment in this video which says it all, and you'll see it when it comes.
Frequency controls on the back for you to fine-tune the speakers for your space. Maybe should I sit like this and be like, hi, or like this?
Right there.
Should I sit like this and be like, bass isn't acoustically treated?
Right there. That's what set Behringer apart from all the rest. What's up, Noire LeBlanc, baby? Hit the gym so you can lift that quantum a la Casa Sumasa, baby. Yeah, that's right. I'm hitting the gym, baby. I'm about to lift something. I'm going to tell you something right now. Like I told everybody, I came into an inheritance from the part of me that died working all that overtime, okay? The part of me that died working that overtime non-stop. Okay? Left me a little bit of something that I'm going to go treat myself and bless myself with a new synthesizer. You guys can try to guess what it is, but it's coming. And it's coming fast because I can't wait too long. Because listen, man, when you get a little bit of extra money, when you worked a little bit hard and you got a little bit of extra cash, you know what you got to do? You got to spend it fast. Because if not, it'll just seep into the void of life. So when you get a raise, when you get an inheritance, when you work a little bit of extra overtime, don't get me wrong, when all life's responsibilities have been fulfilled and you've been blessed with a little extra fromage, you know what you got to do? You got to spend something real quick. You got to buy something real quick. Noire LeBlanc, baby, great video. Absolutely loving the Yamaha CP with the drum log, with the Chroma console. Absolutely loving it. I'm thinking about picking up the organ, the Yamaha organ, the, what is it called, the YC? Machines One knows, man. I'm thinking about getting that because I'm moving into white boy reggae. So I'm going to need an organ. And someone said, man, why don't you got so many synthesizers? Why don't you just make an organ sound? It's like, you know what? Why don't you make an organ sound? I'm going to buy a synthesizer that's dedicated to an organ, and it's called the Yamaha YC, and maybe I'll play that video in a minute. All right. Watch this part of the video. This is Yamaha. Yeah, the Yamaha YC, baby. What's up, Coach Corley? What's happening, baby? I ain't getting a messenger. No chance. Never. Never getting. Here's the deal. I'm never getting a messenger. I'm never getting a Moog product ever. You know why? Because all the boys sold out. Hans Volt, I love you. Got a messenger. Echo Craft, I love you. Got a messenger. Twin Cities Oxygen, I love you. Got a messenger. Loonsberry Pedals, I love you. Got a messenger. Who else? Geosynths, I love you. Got a messenger. Who else got a free? Did everybody on Earth buy a messenger? Was the hypnosis that strong that everybody just went out and bought? I don't even understand it. Noir, baby, did you get a messenger? Who else got a messenger in the chat? Let me know. So no, I'm not getting a messenger because somebody has to say no. Somebody has to say no, okay? I have to say no. I'm not getting the messenger. If anything, I'm going to buy the PWM Mantis, even after they shunned me and didn't even bother to write me back when I wrote them a beautiful email. Just wrote them an absolute glaze session full of cupcakes, okay? Non-GMO too, the sweetest sugar. And they never even said, they never even gave me the automated AI, we've received your message and we will get back to you shortly. So you know what? You're on the hit list. I'm just kidding. You're not on the hit list. I actually love the PWM Mantis, and I feel like the PWM Mantis has been drowned out by all the major companies, and it has got no love, and all the shills didn't get one, or if they did get one, they made a 5 to 10 minute video of it and then threw it in the corner, and they're like, unless I get some cash for this, I'm not even gonna let people that watch my channel see it again. So I just think the PWM Mantis is probably going to be one of the greatest synthesizers ever created, and it was done by Chris Huggins, an absolute legend who worked on the Wasp, the Oscar, the Peak, the Summit, the Base Station. I can just go on forever, and it's just not getting the love it deserves. So I will have to probably give it the love it deserves. You know, I'm still to this day. I was perusing the forums out there the other day, and all I saw when I searched Steam Pipe was, have you guys seen this guy? I mean, he's a bit of a wanker. That's a word I heard. I don't even know what that means. He was like, he's a bit of a wanker, and then they're like, he's kind of a clown, but my God, he's got the best friggin' Steam Pipe demo on the internet. And I was like, who is this guy? And I clicked the link, and it was me. And I was like, wanker. And I looked up wanker and I was like, oh, what? I was like, okay, whatever. I still do have the best steam pipe demo on the internet, hands down, by far. You know, total renegade edition. Bought it with my own money. Took it to the limit. You know what I'm saying? And like a no limit soldier. Nah, 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 nah. All right, let's finish this video.
There are low and high frequency controls on the back for you to fine tune the speakers for your space. Maybe should I sit like this and be like, hi?
That's a bit
or like this, like a bit more active.
I think go lower on the chair. Nice.
Cool. If you're working with professional audio gear, you can go via a TRS cable straight from your audio interface for the cleanest possible signal. Need to hook them up for gaming or a house party? No problem. Use the RCA inputs. Here's the output to connect the second speaker to. They even come with mini jack to mini jack.
Crap, I missed the part. I missed the part.
Maybe should I sit like this?
Right here.
You're still getting great.
This is the best part. And this is what's beautiful, because I know this young lady now is an absolute natural. She's an absolute gem. And she was probably scouted internally because of her epic personality. But just this moment right here, I can tell that she probably did this in one take. That's how much of a talent she is. She did it in one take. And this little mini segment is the only glimpse of this whole video that you get, that this young lady is an absolute diamond and did this whole video in one take. And they put this part in just for fun. Watch.
Audio. And no worries if your space isn't acoustically treated. There are low and high frequency controls on the back for you to fine tune the speakers for your space. Maybe should I sit like this and be like, hi?
That's a bit
or like this, like a bit more active.
I think go lower on the chair. Nice.
Cool. If you're working with professional audio...
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that the majority of the shills are run by talent agencies who are producing their videos for them, and or they have paid editors that are editing their crap and then telling them what to do. Everybody knows it. You know what? If you don't know it, man, what would you asleep at the wheel?
Gear, you can go via a TRS cable straight from your audio interface for the cleanest possible signal. Need to hook them up for gaming or a house party? No problem. Use the RCA inputs. Here's the output to connect the second speaker to. They even come with mini jack to mini jack and RCA to mini jack cables. Handy when you want to go straight from your laptop or other devices into the aux input on.
Yeah, Rourke, we're gonna manifest a Samurai promo. But the thing is I do a Samurai promo all the time. Or a Behringer promo. I do Behringer promos all the time. Because I love it. I love it. I love it. You know I love it. And like I said the other day, there's 3 people on the planet who love Behringer equally. And I might be, I gotta say, I could be tied for second, but I will, out of respect for the kingdom, give second place to Patchdog. Number 1 is Uli Behringer, okay? I think I love Behringer just as much as him, but it's going to Uli. Number 2 is Patchdog. I think I love it as much as Patchdog, and I would even, like, if it's just me and him together, chilling, doing whatever, I'd probably be like, bro, you know I love Behringer more than you. And he'd be like, no way. And I'm like, dude, let me tell you something. And he'd be like, let me tell you something. I'd be like, all right, let me tell you something then. But I'd say he likes it more than me, loves it more than me, but I'm third place, baby. On planet Earth, I'm number 3. Everybody knows it now.
On the front. The front panel volume control is super convenient, and I love that you can plug your headphones straight into the front. And drum roll, they have Bluetooth.
Oh my God! Wow!
I know. Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
It can be a
into memes. Anyways, I'm probably picking up 2 of these. I gotta go downstairs and check everything out, but I'm probably picking up 2 of these. I might pick up 4. I might even pick up 6. I don't even know yet, but I'm definitely most likely getting 2 because, as everybody knows, this sounds crazy. I've never listened to any of my synthesizers through anything other than these Audio-Technica headphones. And Ask Hans Volt, Ask Machines 1, I've got the cleanest, most epic one-take mixes anybody's ever heard, and that's because these Audio-Technica headphones are legit. But the boys want me to feel that vibe, and they act like I've never been around frequencies that absorbed into the body. I just like cans. I like cans, okay? I just like cans. Just the way it is. I like these. So I'm probably going to pick up a couple sets of these. Maybe I might even pick up 10. Now the thing, I'm probably going to buy 4 or 5 Centaur pedals and maybe 6 or 7 of these after. Probably 7 actually, just so I got 1 extra just in case I have a friend come over. All right, let's move on.
Massive pain to have to fire.
Then we got this right here. We did that one already. We got the overpriced insane Klon pedals just for proof. Here's the receipts. Wabam, wabam. You guys liking this setup here? I could always go back to this, you know? This is what we call, this is Samurai 2024, okay? You guys let me know in the chat right now. This is Samurai 2024. This is kind of the show I was rocking, you know? A little bit of this, a little bit of that with a different title up top. Still gonna rock it, don't get me wrong. But these days, I'll tell you what, I've been watching Tony Black. And if you guys haven't watched Tony Black NYC, you're in for a treat. Head over and check out Tony Black NYC. And for nothing else, even if you're not interested in the content, even if you're not interested in what the man is saying, just sit back and treat yourself to an absolute buffet of pure visual caviar. The man has got an absolute beautiful, inviting, warm, visual streaming setup. Tony Black NYC, check it out. Myself, you know, I'm a little more, you know, I got a little more firepower, so I'm kind of gearing something like this up. I like this style, you know. This gives you like a window into into the spaceship. This is me. This is where I am. This is what we got going on. I might switch out the tie-dye, switch it out up here. I might switch out that. I don't know. But right now, I'm really feeling this. Big time. Big time. Only 1 speaker, no pairs. Now, I'm just getting 1 speaker. I'm not getting 2. What's up, Tony Black, baby? I was just talking about you, dude. I was just saying that I watched your streams, and as a student of the game, as I know you are, I absolutely love the aesthetics. And like I just said, the visual caviar that you're bringing to your community, man. The lighting, the setup. I like how you're always thinking about the camera work. I love the freaking Spot Oscar cam. I thought that was insane, or Grammy cam, or whatever the frick it was. But yeah, so based on that, I was like, you know what? I got these cams set up here. This is the setup I got. I got the Samurai 2024. We call this the original. This is the original setup. I got this. I got my beautiful little green screen where I can switch off. Let me move this thing. Hold on now. This is let me get this over here. Real time. Okay? I got this little setup going here, which, you know, that's standard issue green screen gamer style. And then I got my mainframe Titantron if I want a big video. I got that. And then I got this beautiful here. I got my green screen where I can just go wild. But what I liked about your setup is I took some inspiration. I was like, you know what, man? If I can incorporate kind of the screen with my studio in the background and then kind of remove any type of artificial, anything that didn't seem the most genuine, because that's what I liked about your stream. So that's when I started thinking about this, and I was like, I think this is it. This is the most genuine. So now I actually got 2 setups right here now. I got 3. I got this one. I got my Titantron in here if I want to talk a little jive. And then I also got my jam stream, right? If I just want to go straight up like this, or I want to do the side profile. So you may not know Tony, baby, but you kind of influenced me there a little bit with the aesthetics and made me think, you know what, I gotta, you know, why don't I just get a little more aesthetic improvement in here? So that's cool. So that's Tony Black, man. Go check out his channel. He's cool. That's nice of you. I barely work on it. Yeah, dude, to be honest with you, this kind of just happened. I just clicked a few buttons and I was like, oh, okay, I like it. That's what happened, you know? This is amazing. All right, conductive, everybody knows dices are loaded. Doing good. All right, I think I'm going to clue it up, man. I got to go put a couple burgers on the barbecue, get fed. So yeah, man, everybody out there, you know the deal. There's more going on with this lawsuit than is possible. It's a pure witch hunt, but guess what? It's a chess game, it's business, and we got the greatest strategic mind leading the charge for the Behringer Bros, Uli Behringer, and the greatest company in the world, the greatest electronic music company in the world, the greatest parent company in the world, Music Tribe. And we all know right now, it's just Music Tribe versus In Music. And put it in the bank, write it down. June 11th, 2025, Music Tribe acquires In Music. Mark it down, mark my words, 100% gonna happen. And you can just remember that I told you that on June 11th, 2025. Mark it down right now. Put it under your pillow with a couple teeth you're still expecting to get from the tooth fairy because you still think the earth is round. All right, I gotta go. Take it easy. It's been a slice. So.